Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss how to prepare for JEE Advanced Chemistry. At this point of time, you have already given your JEE Mains 1, and in the coming days, you will get to know how much marks you are going to get in JEE Mains 1. Right? If you are getting around 180 to 200 marks out of 300 in your JEE Mains 1, then you can start doing JEE Advanced preparation. Okay, this is the high time to do this. Now the point is that like there are so many students who have to give their board exams, but you have to do the simultaneous preparation. Like in the morning, you can do JEE Advanced practice, right? And in the afternoon or in the evening, you can practice for your board examination because this is very crucial time. You only have February, March, April, and in the May, you are going to give your JEE Advanced, right? So you have to start doing the preparation from now onwards. So in this video, what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss weightage of the chapters, then how to prepare, and what are the books you can opt in order to practice the questions. When it comes to practice for JEE Advanced, there is no need to do 100% of the syllabus, right? You can cover those topics which are of high weightage, right? And if you can cover or if you can do well 80% of the syllabus or 70 to 80% of the syllabus, then you can get good marks in your JEE Advanced. And what you need to do, you have to strength, right? Matlab, you have to play on your strengths, right? If you are good in physical chemistry, so just do so many questions from the physical chemistry. If you are good in organic chemistry, so just practice more of organic chemistry. If you are good in inorganic chemistry, just practice more questions related to inorganic chemistry, so that if any question is going to come from those branches, then you cannot do it wrong. That is the most important part, right? And this is how you can crack the JEE Advanced. Okay, so let me cover key who will benefit from this video. First of all, who knows the basic. A point is that if you are getting good percentile in JEE Mains 1, so obviously you know the basics of most of the chapters, right? You know basics of most of the chapter. Now what we are going to do, we are going to do different questions, and we are going to do difficult questions, right? So that you can have the idea how to apply the same concept in those kind of questions, right? So who gets good percentile in JEE Mains 1? Otherwise, if you are not getting good percentile in JEE Mains 1, then what you need to do, your main focus is on JEE Mains 2. You should get good percentile in JEE Mains 2, right? And who wants to get into IIT? This is the most important part. If you want to get into IIT, then you have to prepare yourself. You have to do the rigorous training, right? You should follow the timetable, a certain kind of timetable. And those students who are willingly to do that, now they can only do this kind of preparation. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Okay. So now let me talk about the weightage. So in the physical chemistry, if you cover these chapters, thermodynamics, chemical kinetics, nuclear chemistry, solutions, electrochemistry, mole concept and redox, then you can cover 27% of the syllabus, right? So this percentage is from past 5 years, right? From past 5 years, like we have so many questions from thermodynamics. Every year we are getting one or two questions from thermodynamics. Every year we are getting some questions from chemical kinetics, solutions related to Ventov factor, electrochemistry. And in the electrochemistry, titrations like conductometric titrations are very important in this conductometric titration. So you have to focus on that part, conductometric titration. Okay, then mole concept and redox. So that is the most important topic in order to get everything right. Right, so you have to do mole concept and redox in detail. So physical, because redox, there are so many concepts of redox which you are going to apply in P block, right? P block, D and F block, also in electrochemistry, right? So that's why redox is also a very important chapter. So if you can cover only these chapters, now you can cover 27% of the syllabus. So your main target, if you don't have enough time, so your main target is that ki first complete thermodynamics advanced level, chemical kinetics, solution, electrochemistry, mole concept and redox. That's it. Leave other topics right away. Matlab, you can practice other topics also, but my point is that if you don't have time to just do itna part, you have to do these chapters, right? Now after that, like I have given you the weightage, right? So if I talk about the mole concept, so from 2019 to 2024, right? So you have 6 questions in total. Atomic structures, you have 5 questions. Gaseous state, 3 questions. Chemical equilibrium, 5 questions. Then ionic equilibrium, 5 questions. Now thermodynamics, see thermodynamics, you have 14 questions, right? From 2019 to 2024 total. So 14 questions. Redox, 6 questions. Solid state, 4. Solutions, 8. Electrochemistry, 7. And chemical kinetics and nuclear chemistry, total 11. Right? So if you are getting questions from thermodynamics and chemical kinetics every year, so it means these are the most important chapter that you must do for your advanced level, right? So first try to do these chapters, try to complete these chapters. If you have enough time, then you can also opt for other chapters, right? You can also do atomic structure, gaseous state, chemical equilibrium, ionic equilibrium, solid state. So it's your wish, right? It's completely your decision, so you have to decide on yourself and you have to play on your strengths, right? If you are very good in atomic structure, so just do the atomic structure also, right? Incorporate atomic structure. Okay. Now, let's talk about inorganic chemistry. So, in the inorganic chemistry, the most important chapter, there are 4 chapters. Chemical bonding, coordination, P block and D and F block. Right. So, chemical bonding and coordination may you have so many concepts which are based on your understanding. But if we talk about P block and D and F block, so these are somewhat memory based chapters. You have some concepts in which you can apply or you can understand, but P block and D and F block, they are completely memory based, right? They are completely memory based. So you can do the questions of P block and D and F block in no time if you have the chemical reactions in your mind, chemical equations. So you can do in no time, right? So if you cover only these 4 chapters of inorganic chemistry, you can get 23% of the marks, right? Obviously, these are tentative percentage, but you can get itna percent, you can cover 23 percentage. So it means 27 plus 23, how much? 27 and 23, so you have covered 50% of the syllabus. Matlab, you can basically solve 50% of the questions, right? Now here comes the organic chemistry. Now acha, now let me give you an overview about how many questions, right? From periodic classification of element from 2019 to 2024, you have only one question, right? But the concepts are used in P block and D and F block. So ये तो आना ही चाहिए, and that is very easy chapter also. If we talk about chemical bonding, you get 10 questions. 10 questions. S block 3 questions. P block 15 questions. D and F block 6 questions. Coordination compounds every 11 questions, and there are so many questions which comes from the coordination isomers, right? Isomers and coordination compounds. The surface chemistry 5 and metallurgy 6. A point is that if you have done surface chemistry and metallurgy, because these are also somewhat memory based chapter, then you can focus on surface chemistry and metallurgy. If you have difficulty in memorizing the concepts and also, just leave it right away. If you get some question from metallurgy, surface chemistry, so just don't do that, right? Because you are for JEE Advanced, there is no need to get 100% of the marks, right? It's just you have to do more and more questions which are right, which are correct. Okay. Now, if we talk about organic chemistry, so organic chemistry is very wide. So my advice is like you have to do every chapter for organic chemistry, right? But generally questions are region based question. If you cannot cover every chapter for organic chemistry, so just learn the functions of regions. Functions of regions. Because region type questions are, there are so many region type questions in advanced level. So what you can do, you can cover GOC and isomerism, that is the basics. So by this you can cover 4% of the syllabus. Then you can cover hydrocarbons you can have 7%. Then carbonyl compound 5%, carboxylic 4%, and amines 4%, right? So in that way you can cover 25% of the syllabus, right? So I'm now 50 plus 24, so you get 74% of, you can cover 74% of the syllabus, right? Now if we talk about the types of the questions, so from GOC and isomerism and nomenclature itself you get 7 questions. Then hydrocarbons 13, halogen derivatives 7, alcohol phenols ethers 4, aldehydes ketones and carboxylic acid 9, aldehydes ketones 9, and carboxylic acid only 7, nitrogen compounds 8, biomolecules 7, analytical chemistry 5, practical organic chemistry 7, and polymers 3. And chemistry in everyday life, you get one question. But point is that like there are so many chapters which are easy also. But if you have done GOC, hydrocarbons, aldehydes, ketones, nitrogen compounds, POC, and biomolecules. So this chapter is very easy, alcohol, phenols, and ethers, because you have to learn only ethers reactions. You have to learn the regions which are the part of the ethers, right? Then carboxylic acid, it's a very easy topic. You can also cover carboxylic acid questions, right? Analytical chemistry, analytical cations and ions, you can leave it. If you cannot learn it, then just leave it. Okay. After that, if you do only these topics, right, which I have given you, right, in this PPT, if you cover only these topics, you can cover 74% of the syllabus. Up now we have some easy topics and less time consuming topics. Like you can cover practical organic chemistry and biomolecules. By this you can cover extra 8%. Right? If the question is going to come from biomolecules and POC, then you can get 8%, right? So 74 plus 8, 80. Okay. Up next, formula based easy topics, like if you do atomic structure and gaseous state, because gaseous state mein, we have certain formulas related to speeds, like RMS, most probable speed, right, average kinetic energy, and also we have certain formulas. So if you learn only formulas now, then you can get a question which is completely formula based, right? So there is no harm to learn the formulas related to atomic structure and gaseous state, right? There is no harm. Okay, so in that way you can cover extra 5%, right? So you have already covered 82%, then 82 plus 5, so it means 87% of the syllabus you have covered, right? This is enough syllabus. This is enough syllabus to crack or to get good, basically good rank in JEE Advanced, right? So there is no need to do 100% of the syllabus. He like, oh, he is doing 100% complete syllabus, I have to do. No, just play on your strengths. If you are comfortable in physical chemistry, to just do 100% of the physical chemistry, and organic and inorganic may you can do only these chapters which I have given you, right? If you are very good in organic chemistry, to just complete 100% of the organic chemistry and do physical chemistry and inorganic chemistry chapter, like I said. If you are very good in inorganic, so complete inorganic chemistry. I say, although in inorganic we do not have much syllabus, but if you are very good in memory base, then you can cover inorganic. And if you are very good in memory base, then you can cover inorganic and organic completely. Then physical chemistry you can do, like I said. Understood? But this is, it's like you have to sit and you have to understand your weak areas, even your strength areas. In that way you can achieve something. Okay, in that way you can achieve something. Now how to do preparation, now this is the most important time. Ma'am, you have discussed the weightage and all, but how to do preparation, how to do. Okay, I have already made a plan for you. If you can follow that, then very good. Like what you can do in the fab, you have to solve PYQs only PYQs related to the octet chapters. Like you can solve from 2010 to 2024 PYQs. When you solve PYQs, you get the idea which type of questions are coming, right? Type of questions which are coming. Okay? Once you have done solving PYQs, Then you can solve questions from books. You can solve questions from books. Like March to April, you have to sit and solve questions. Try to solve questions, as many questions that you can solve. Now in the last week of April, because now you don't have much time, so just focus on memory based chapters, especially in organic chemistry chapter, D and F block, P block, है ना, D and F, P block. If you are opting for biomolecules, just focus on biomolecules. If you are opting for polymers, then you can do question from polymers, right? And if you are opting for POC, then do questions from POC or just revise POC, right? In that way, you can focus on memory based. Now, April is over. Now it's May. So you have only 18 days. So what you need to do, you have to revise everything. You have to revise everything. You have to solve those questions in which you get, in which you got stuck, right? Solve those questions in which you got stuck, right? So in that way, you can have the clarity whether you are able to solve that type of question or not. And then 18th May, just go and give your exam. But the most important part of the exam day is that like you will have two papers, right? You will have two papers, paper one, paper two, paper two. So from now onwards, what you are going to do, you are not going to sleep in a day, right? You have to make a habit to sleep at night only. You should be fully awake during a day. That's the important part. Completely awake, right? Because you have to give two papers, and for those two papers, you should have enough concentration, right? Enough concentration should be there. Then only you can do your best. Fine. So just try to make a habit. Now, what are the books that you need to practice, right? Matlab, yeah, from which books you can do practice. So, like physical chemistry may, if you have Neeraj Kumar, then solve Neeraj Kumar. Narendra Avasthi, you can opt for Narendra Avasthi. If you did not solve any of the book, and you have, if you have module from some coaching, then solve module. Then some module. You have to take only one book. First, solve questions from coaching module, right? Then either you can take Neeraj Kumar or Narendra Avasthi, it's up to you. If you are solving Narendra Avasthi for complete 2 years, then solve Narendra Avasthi. If you are solving Neeraj Kumar for complete 2 years, then solve Neeraj Kumar, right? For inorganic chemistry, you have only one book, VK Jaiswal. If you can opt for VK Jaiswal, then do it, right? Or you can do module from coaching, right? Module from coaching. So it's up to you. It's completely your decision. Now for organic chemistry, if you have solved questions from MS Chauhan, then solve questions from MS Chauhan, and even you can take Balaji Advanced Problems for organic chemistry. So these are the two books which you can opt for. And if you don't have these books, you have module from your coaching to solve from that module. But my point is you have complete 1 month now, 1 month in order to solve questions. So at least you can purchase one book, right? You can purchase one book in order to solve the questions, or you have to purchase PYQs, right? PYQs book, so that you can solve as many questions of the advanced. Fine. Now point is that if you are going to do questions from MS Chauhan, so my recommendation is that he just purchase the solution book also. Purchase solution book. Purchase solution book also. Because if you get stuck in some question, then you can see the solution in order to get the answer. And but still you are not getting what is happening in this reaction, yeah, how to complete this reaction, then yes, you have to ask your doubt from your teachers and mentors, anyone, right? So that's it. I have guided you enough. So now good luck. Just be consistent with your efforts. Consistent with your efforts. Practice. Just do more and more. Practice. Right? That's it. Okay. So good luck for your JEE Advanced preparation. That's it from my side. If you have any kind of issues and if you have any questions in your mind, then you can also write in the comment section. Okay, bye, take care.